Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. How are you? It is Friday, and we are doing After Dark, which is a show we get to cut loose a little bit and stay off of the really formatted structure that we have on Sunday mornings. And we get to talk about things we don't normally talk about on Sundays, which is mostly what we're going to be covering Crown Jewel, which is happening tomorrow. That'll happen on Sunday. We'll be doing some other things. We'll talk about what came out this weekend. Not much happening at the movie theaters, but we'll cover what's going on there as well. So we got a lot happening on Sunday, and hopefully a return of one of the games. We haven't seen one of those since we've moved to StreamYards, away from StreamYard, that is. So, but we've got some interesting things happening in the news. Of course, you got the elections and people trying that out. And right here, we're talking about the four-issue limited series. Let me do that right there. So, yeah, if there's anything you want us to cover, let us know in the comments right there. We're live on the YouTube. We're live on the Rumble. We're live on the Twitter as well. So let us know what you think, what you want to know about, what you want to hear. And we'll do our best to cover it as best. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you? Have you been
What?
to McDonald's?
One more time?
Have you been to McDonald's lately?
Should I be?
Well, there was a court ruling that said that McDonald's could no longer keep the franchisees from fixing their ice cream machines. You didn't know that they did that, did they? Did you?
Keeping them from fixing them?
Oh, yes, yes. And it was because of what did they call that? My goodness. Hang on one second. It's not there. It's not there. Where is it? It's right over here. Yes, copyright ruling is what it was. It was a copyright ruling for the McDonald's ice cream machines. They are under a patent or a copyright, the whole manual and the whole thing, and so the franchisees were not able to fix the machine. Sometimes the code would go down, and the machine would have to go through a thaw and refreeze kind of thing, a cleansing thing, and it would do this periodically to the point where you just couldn't get there to get the McFlurry. Let's see what he says over here. The ice product will flow like a river. So they would have to call this specific company that McDonald's has a contract since the 1950s to
Uh-huh.
fix the machines, and they would have to go to the restaurants. Some of the people hacked the machines, and were able to fix it themselves. But McDonald's said, no, you can't do that because you'll void the warranty on the machines. You see, they get the machines from McDonald's, they get their land from McDonald's, they get all of their products from McDonald's, and McDonald's makes as much money as on the franchise that they do on the burgers. So this court has given them an exception to the copyright, which will allow them to fix the machines in house as opposed to calling somebody from a company and paying them hundreds of dollars each time.
Man, you know what? 4 days before the election, awesome news. This is what I want to hear.
Yeah, you know what? You got to dig deep when you don't want to talk about politics. I'm
Dude,
talking about ice cream,
yeah, I'm,
and
I'm with it. For as much as I
yeah,
want to complain, today, this month, this week, I'm outraged. How dare McDonald's try to get one
30
over on their franchisees, right? Not even
yes, the franchisees,
that,
and they grill them for money all over the place, and they're making more money off of leasing the property. Every McDonald's restaurant is on a McDonald's property.
yeah, what is it? McDonald's is like one of, if not the biggest real
Real
estate
estate.
holder in the
Yeah,
US.
yeah. But
Awesome.
according to Yahoo.com, the U.S. Copyright Office has granted a partial exemption to the 1998 Digital Millennium Copyright Act, allowing third party technicians to repair McDonald's infamous ice cream and McFlurry machines. Before the exemption was issued last week, it was technically a felony for anyone other than the machine's manufacturer, the Taylor Company, to repair the copyrighted devices, leading to long wait times for what had been described for easy fixes.
So wait, who's being scummier in this? Is it Taylor or is it McDonald's? Because I feel like if you can get someone to do a quick fix on it, that should be easy. But it seems like maybe the people that make the machines are a bit like, well, like Mac has certain things where you can only use one of their tools to open their ridiculous laptops and things like that.
Yes, it's a lot like that, but I
Hmm.
think what's going on is that if it was cheaper for McDonald's, they would go ahead and do something in house. But instead of doing an in house thing, it's almost like a government contract. We're
Hmm.
willing to pay so much to McDonald's to keep our machines in there so that we are the only ones who are able to fix them and have our people across the country, mind you, across the country and around the world. Well, I don't know if it'll affect them all
Nah, yeah,
around the world.
yeah.
This is U.S. copyright, but in the continental United States, at least, to go out and hit the reset button essentially.
Turn it off
But
and
the
turn it
ice
back
cream
on again.
machine, yeah. It says here the ice cream machines are broken so often, one frustrated customer built a website around the phenomenon called McBroken.com and has an interactive map showing locations in the United States where McDonald's ice cream machines are broken or working. It also shows you where to find Wendy's restaurants instead. Wendy's
Nice.
regularly trolls McDonald's ice cream machines on social media. So it's all about the McLocation.
It is.
And I've got a theory about this. All of that being aside, I believe that it's all about creating demand. Okay. Um, when an ice cream machines are often out of order, it builds anticipation amongst customers who want a treat that feels exclusive due to its unavailability. Regular brief periods of unavailability keep customers hopeful for their next visit, creating a cycle of expectation. People may plan their visits around hoping to catch the machines in working order.
Yeah, but fool me 4, 6 times, you stop giving a shit after a while, no?
Well, yeah, but then a McFlurry from someplace else is not really a McFlurry, though, is it? Because it's,
No, that's a trademark.
yeah, scarcity is the idea of not always being able to get the ice cream when you can make it seem more desirable. I got to rewrite this. People naturally crave what they can't always have, and limited availability and perceived value, making
That's
the
how I
ice
feel
cream
about
difficult.
cunnilingus.
Like, yes. I was going to say that's what she said, but it doesn't really apply, does it? Well, I guess it does, depending on what
Well,
you want. Next, you're going to tell me the McRib doesn't have to be seasonal.
mm,
Yeah, you see, that's just it right there. Okay, that is something that everybody, including those who buy it, will tell you is a little bit of a disappointment. But it's kind of like when you go to Vegas, you're going to come back depressed
yeah.
with less money, but you get to go there not as often as you would think.
I I get that way with White Castle, where like I'm in the mood for some weird reason, and within 2 minutes of taking a bite, I'm like, "Why did I do this? This is awful."
Yeah, yeah. Once you land in the UK, you're going to get that White Castle
Oh
burger.
yeah, yeah. Um, like I didn't get my. They have different hot dogs there. They what they have there is what we would call like sausage. So like
Big.
baseball stadium hot dogs. They don't have those kind of hot dogs there. And I was in some sort of mood 6 months ago, and I don't think I've gotten my fill yet. And I won't really long for those things until January, and then I'll be like, I could use a hot dog.
Yeah, yeah. It's a you're going to get pizza. You're going to get burgers. You're going to
I
get
just had pizza today, actually. Yeah, pizza.
tacos. None of that stuff is going to
Oh,
be like
tacos.
America. It's going to be like what I would consider food would be like on Mars. It's kind of the same. It
Yeah.
seems
Mm,
kind of synthetic.
no, it's
It's
like
not
grilled
good
cheese with
flavors.
ketchup on it. That's what pizza is over there.
You know,
Gross.
there are different parts, like Mexican food where I am in North Texas is different from where it is in San Antonio and Austin. And the closer you get to the border, the better the Mexican food
I
is,
would assume. Yeah.
and the dirtier the trucks get. The taco trucks.
Well, that's like here, the pizza in New York City. Like crappy New York City pizza is still light years better than the best slice of pizza in Missouri.
Yeah, sausage rolls though. Um,
Oh, my wife likes those. I don't think I've really taken a hit on that. Isn't it
you would
just
think that the closer England is to Italy, that the
oh, don't
better.
get me started. And Denmark, another one. They put ketchup on pasta. Literally ketchup.
I don't. I don't. I can see putting a little bit of vinegar in your bowl of chili,
Oh,
but
oh.
and it gives it a little bit extra, little extra kick. But it's not for everybody, so you don't put it in the
Kick?
whole pot.
Vinegar gives it kick?
Well, yeah, it's
Like
a different
spicy?
kind of not spicy. It's just like an extra added umami. You know,
Ooh. Ooh, mommy.
umami, umami.
Ooh, mommy.
So,
Huh.
but yeah, I think McDonald's is playing both sides with this. I think they're creating this false sense of demand. It's kind of like the best way to describe it is those telephone games that people are addicted to playing because you can play it for a little while and then the timer runs out and then you have to wait to play it again. And if you're cheap like me and your wife doesn't share her PIN number, you can't buy the extra time. You got to be patient, but that creates a sense of anticipation, and then you come back to it, and then you start playing again, and you're moving the jewels this way and that way, and you get that sense of joy. And if you
Dopamine.
Yes, that's what it is. It's a dopamine release. They figured out the whole gambling system, and I think
That's good.
McDonald's is going to be using that to create a food gambling system that keeps people coming back.
Didn't they kind of already do that though with all the like don't they put MSG and crap in their fast food?
MSG is wonderful. It's
I
the ingredient that makes food feel like a hug.
I don't disagree with you.
When I tell people that my secret ingredient is love, my love is spelled MSG. That's what I'm putting in the food. Um, I'm serious. I buy it at like Costco for like the big thing like this, and
How do you know how much to put in?
I just put a shake in. It
Hmm.
doesn't take much for a big pot of anything. If you're making a big pot of something, you put in a pinch of it, and that's really all you need.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's
I
what you.
don't know what it tastes like. I just know it makes things better.
Yes, that's it. That's it. And if you want to go all the way, you're going to drop in some. You're going to drop in the MSG, the sugar, the salt, and just a touch of vinegar.
Don't
And
forget the corn syrup.
that's like the well, that's what a touch of sugar is. The Asian sauces, they all have that. They're going to have your sugar, they're going to have your salt, like the soy sauce is just like salty, salty, salty.
Mm.
And then you got your vinegar, your rice wine vinegar that goes into that, as well as the sweetener that goes in there. And that other thing that makes it stand out and makes you come back again or hungry in about 30 minutes, MSG. MSG is the thing, man. It is beautiful and I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind certain.
Yeah, oh, there's a good point here. Do they call the ketchup gravy though? Would that make it acceptable?
No and no.
I don't even like ketchup on a hot dog. Um,
Yeah. I don't mind it if there's also mustard on it, but I cannot be exclusively ketchup. That's kind of weird.
mhm. I the secret sauce most people do is they mix ketchup and mayonnaise together to create a kind of a Thousand Island thing.
Oh,
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And Burger King's secret is to put ketchup and mustard on the top bun. I mean, ketchup and mayonnaise on the top bun, and then mustard on the bottom bun,
Hmm.
and it kind of assembles together. And that's their way of putting it. If you don't ask for a specific sauce, that's what you're going to get on the
Yeah, I can't
burgers.
imagine that that would be terrible.
No, it's not. I do that, and my son always wonders why mine tastes different than the McDonald's one, and I'm like, because I don't suck when I cook. Um,
Plus the machine's working, the ice cream machine's on.
oh yes, yes. Um, my youngest just discovered homemade ice cream. We've been making it for years, but
Whoa.
children, they don't really. It's staggered what they realize you do in their lives. They don't. Doesn't come right away. They're not going to appreciate everything you do.
Mm.
Not realize the stuff that you do. You didn't know we had a ice cream machine. My oldest son knows we got a bread machine because he discovered it one day when we just pulled it out. I didn't want to make homemade bread, so I threw everything in the bread maker. And he smelled. He's like, "Are you cooking bread?" I said, "It's in the machine." He's like, "What?" Yeah, but we're at that point where we're just making a lot of the things that you can make at home that you can't make. I mean, that you normally buy. So breads, pickles, some sauces.
Pickles. How long
Yes,
does that take?
takes about 2 days
That's it?
because I cheat. I cheat. I take the pickled brine that we make, and I put the raw cucumbers in a small pickle jar, and then I put it in my vacuum seal thing, my vacuum
Mm-hmm.
pot, and I remove all of the oxygen, which removes the oxygen from inside the pickle as well, creating room inside the pickle for the brine. And when I release the pressure on that, uh, the ambient air pressure goes back in, and it forces the rest of the brine from the outside into the pickle, and that skips about a week's worth of soaking
Wow.
in the pickle. And you don't have to cook them, and you just wait a couple of days, and it tastes perfect.
Huh. Is that is that dangerous at all? Like I don't know. Do they need some sort of time to? I don't. I keep thinking of like salmonella, but I don't think that
Well, there's
happens with
lots of
vegetables.
vinegar and lots of salt,
Yeah.
and that's what the preservatives that they use to preserve the pickles. Keep in mind that most pickles are made in a factory in an open air vat outside, and so these barrels are
Mm.
just out in the open with the rain and the animals and the twigs and all that other kind of stuff. We're talking
Yeah, I
about
saw that
miles.
Seth Rogen movie.
Yes. So they go through, and when they come in and they check the pickles, they give them a squeeze, and if they burst, they're bad, and so they pull them out. If they
Oh.
don't burst, they anyway they continue through the line. The ones that don't burst, they get another good rinse, and then they're put in a fresh batch of brine. But yeah, putting them through the filter and doing that, they're able to get rid of the twigs and animals that may have fallen in.
Animals. No. Mm-mm. Pickled raccoon.
Yes. So let's see. It's always dangerous to have your pickled around the vacuum.
Got to wear pants, Gray.
Yes. Yes.
First rule of vacuum club is wear pants.
Yes. So yeah, that's the easy way to do it. Other people will, there's two types of pickles. There's the non-cooked pickle and the cooked pickle. And the other pickle is where you cook it in the brine for a while, and then you take everything and you kind of um, jar it up like you're jarring or canning foods. It's all hot, and there's the vacuum seal
I
and
didn't know you cooked that before that. I thought like you just take um whatever the pickle is before it's a pickle and you just soak it for a couple of months in a jar. I didn't know that you cook it.
yes, there's a couple of different ways of doing it, and the the big barrel method, I don't think there's any cooking. There's just soaking.
Well, yeah,
And
all the
it with
raccoon flesh cooks it.
without the vacuum to help create the osmosis effect, it takes a little longer. Uh, so, but yeah, through osmosis, the brine on the outside being salty and the water on the inside of the pickle being not salty, they want to become balanced, and so they begin trading moisture
Hmm.
um, in evening out the salinity of the fluids. And so you eventually have the salty, vinegary brine from the outside moving into the pickle on the inside until there is a balance of salinity throughout throughout all of them. And that's way too much pickle information, I think.
I've learned more in the last 5 seconds than I knew. Period.
Yeah. So anyway, the vacuum helps facilitate that, and you just you throw out that bit of brine that you traded them with because now it has the cucumber water in it and it has diluted. Then you add another batch of the regular brine, stick it in the refrigerator. I wouldn't leave them out; just stick them in the refrigerator, and within a couple of days, they taste just like regular pickles.
I'll just buy them at the store. Thanks.
You can do that too. You can do that too. You don't need the vacuum chamber.
I mean, there are some things that I'll be snobby about. It's pickles. I can understand wanting to do stuff like that on your own, but when it comes to pickles, I'm not as picky about it. Although popcorn, somebody says they'll just get microwave popcorn, I flinch. So we all have our little kicks.
Pickle trades its moisture. This is after That's what she said. There it is.
Mm.
Fits.
Where's Bob? There's no
Bob.
sports.
No, there's well, not anymore. The World Series is over.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Yankees are dead. It's over.
Did that did those two guys get kicked out of the World Series? Was that during that? Where
Oh, the guy that ripped the glove off the player, right? Yeah. Apparently the stadium, the Yankee Stadium, they were trying to have those two guys, like they kicked him out for that one game, but they had tickets for the next game. And Yankee Stadium, they were going to let them back in, but Major League Baseball is like, no, we're not doing this. So the Major League Baseball stepped in and banned them. So if it was up to the stadium, they were going to let him in, but the sport said no, or the federation or whatever.
I saw the slow motion. He caught the ball. It was an out, and the guy grabbed the glove.
Yeah, he like tried peeling it like a clam or something.
And the other guy reached over and grabbed his hand to stop him from stopping the guy. And so they're both like manhandling this baseball guy, going, "It's a foul ball."
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Was it still counted as a foul ball, or was it considered?
Oh, it was an out. The baseball, the player caught it, but they were trying to interfere, so they called it out regardless. But then they called interference because I guess it fell after they were doing all that manhandling. They're lucky he didn't get hurt because what type of
twisted his wrist?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at it, they were handling the guy pretty vigorously. And what is his catching hand worth to a sporting team?
Yeah, it's worth more than that ball.
It's certainly worth more than a ticket. That's for damn sure.
Those guys were treating him like he was out on the streets and not in the stadium.
Yeah,
because he crossed the line. It's
over.
It's on the line. It was on the line.
He's in my lap. No, he's not.
It was out. I'm telling you, it was out.
It's a bad look for New Yorkers. It's just
yes.
On the radio here, they're like, "Oh, they should let him do this, that, and the other thing."
Did it cost them the game? I didn't watch.
Oh no, the Yankees lost. That's what we call karma. That's what that is.
Okay, good. I was worried that was like the thing that cost them
Oh,
the series.
it happened a couple of decades ago where a, a little kid reached over and grabbed a ball and it caused a home run, but
I
it wouldn't have been
remember
a home run.
that.
Yeah, you're like it was the Yankees too. It's the same thing.
It was coming down, and he caught it in the air with his own glove.
Yeah, he reached over like the fence or whatever and pulled it
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Little brat. But
So
yet, Yankees fans are spoiled.
yeah, those guys wanted to sell that. That's all there is to it. They wanted to make an extra buck. That's why they're out there.
I think they were trying for the glove too.
Yeah.
Wonder how much that would have went for.
While it's there, does he have a ring? What else you got under there? Take a look at what you got under there. Speaking of taking a look at what you got under there,
Uh-oh.
Vince McMahon is back in the news. Do you know who Vince McMahon is?
Of course I know who Vince McMahon is. What? He's not back in WWE, is he?
No, no, no. He's decided to start his own brand new company, um, where he's going to be doing entertainment business.
What?
Yeah, according to the takedown on SI, Vince McMahon is not throwing in the towel just yet. The former WWE chairman is in the beginning stages of creating a new entertainment company, according to PW Insider. Um, the report broke on Tuesday afternoon. According to the report, several ex WW employees are already offered their services to Vinnie Mac's film and TV business.
Hmm.
Operating officer under McMahon, and somebody was blah 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 blah. This past May. Okay, so what he's doing
Is
is
that Stephanie?
no, that is not Stephanie. That is somebody else. I think that's Kristen Prouty, former WWE executive and instrumental in ushering in Logan Paul into the WWE family.
Ugh.
So, PW Insider sources claim that McMahon will not pursue formation of a new pro wrestling company. Um, Nor anything competitive with WWE. The company, he's probably got a thing
No
that says
compete.
he can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
The company is currently preparing for a launch and should get cleared of should he get cleared of charges with Los Angeles headquarters planned.
That's a big should.
So yeah, it's going to be film, TV business, and and they're going to be representing stuff and making movies and giving people. They're calling it an entertainment hub company, and will reportedly focus on producing film and TV projects in the realm of fiction and nonfiction.
How long do
So,
you think before Tony Khan gets a little itchy and approaches him?
Vince McMahon, I don't think he will. I don't. No, I don't think that he will.
Even
Um,
just to have him on board for a couple months to pick his brain.
no,
Just to.
his son Shane McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
He met with him, and that was enough to create a stir and this whole vibe of him joining the company and trying to take over. And people have already created this whole storyline of what they expect to happen. And the past two pay-per-views have been littered with predictions of Shane McMahon showing up and doing something, and nothing has come of it because all they did was take a picture and have a meeting together. So
Dirt sheets.
the dirt sheets, you know. So it's just he's still under investigation by the what's that, like Homeland Security or something? Oh,
Yeah, it's sex trafficking, one of the charges. So
yeah.
like this is there's a part of me that can understand why someone would be very pissed off with him being able to do whatever it is he thinks he's doing. If you have money, it just the rules are different and it's
Oh, yeah.
shitty. It's really crappy.
there's lots of people that believe certain wrestlers have gone so far as to commit murder, and he was able to buy them out of any kind of jail time.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know that's possible. I don't have any proof that any of that happened,
Mhm.
but I do know that they know a lot of affluent Republican politicians and have contributed to a lot of stuff.
Well,
So
isn't
much,
Linda McMahon a
yes,
politician now?
to the point where she was a part of the um, Trump team at one point. The
Oh, so
White
she's
House
not in
campaign.
office right now then, but maybe in a couple
No, but she
months.
was. She was in office, and then she got transferred to the Trump team.
But
Some
in January, she could be back in office, essentially?
it may be possible, yeah.
Okay.
So it's good to have an in to see if they can find something. I mean, I wouldn't put it
Mhm,
past the Department of Defense to look into people that they know are doing stuff to see if anybody else is associated with that.
mhm.
Um, because they took down Epstein, they got his list, and nobody knows who's on that list except for the government.
Oh, apparently isn't well, I think it's late in the cycle, but I think Trump is on tape or or Epstein is on tape talking about things that I don't know. I don't have the details, but
No,
I'm not talking about this. I'm
I
backing out.
think I think it's all conjecture and rumor,
Right.
and we can stop there. But I do know this: P Diddy got arrested, and they got all his tapes. And
Mhm.
on a totally unrelated note, Hollywood has just gone gangbusters for Kamala with all kinds of endorsements coming out of the woodwork, out of nowhere, just at the last minute. Again, totally unrelated to the tapes that
Uh-huh.
the Department of Defense has
Uh-huh.
on P. Diddy. Absolutely unrelated whatsoever, as far as I know. So, making no accusations, but yeah, everybody at Marvel came out and endorsed her. The Avengers, they made some kind of silly promotional tape for
All of them?
Kamala. Yeah, the Iron Man, the Black Widow, the War Machine,
Wait, like the characters or the actors?
the actors. The
Oh,
actors. They
well,
got
that's
together on a
different.
Zoom call in the last moment after getting a phone call, I guess. And
People whose vote can be swayed by them aren't old enough to vote.
you would think that, but they've been in business for 30 years now, close to, you know, Marvel as a company. So there are some
Oh my
grown-ups out
god.
there that are at voting age who have never known that there was a time without a Marvel Studios. Can you believe that?
Yeah, if you were oh my god. If you were 5 when Iron Man came out, you are you are 19 now?
Yes, and you can vote.
Oh my goodness. I think you're 21. Wait. Oh wait. 18 is 10 plus 6. If you were 5 then you're 21.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There was no point in your history where there wasn't a cinematic universe. And
No, no,
for the
movies
long,
suck today. Kids
well,
don't know any better.
they didn't know any better, and um, we had suckier movies before that, though. I mean, because comic book movies now are better than they ever were
Mhm,
before
mhm.
that. Okay, so the comic book movies were just horrible. Rare were the good ones. Few and far between they were. And always, if they continued on to try to create a legacy, they would wind up sucking more and more because of the Hollywood style of making movies.
Yeah, I remember when the X-Men movies came out, the, Bryan Singer ones, speaking of, sexual deviance, uh, I
And
remember
pool
thinking that
parties.
is that they were quite good, but looking back, it's like, "Oh, no, these are actually, like, old Hollywood good. This isn't, you know, the
Yeah.
factory that is Marvel." Like, Marvel I don't know, they've made a business out of making at least 3-star movies or better.
Hmm. And 3 stars are great if you're a Michelin restaurant. When you're talking about a franchise where, yeah, it's like almost they've become the gamblers. Let's throw out half a dozen movies, and if one of them hits a billion, we're good for the rest of the year.
Yeah, they're like high stakes Blumhouse. Blumhouse does
Yes.
it with like $5 million movies, and he hits every now and again with his $50 million movie. They're doing it with $500 million properties. We'll
Yeah,
get our $1 billion picture. Don't worry about it.
we'll get it back. And oh man, Marvel Entertainment is just a wonderful roller coaster of a company ride. Um, I mean, when they sold the rights to the film rights to all of their major players, it was because they were going bankrupt. Because
Is that back when they were with DC, like in the comic industry? Weren't they? And weren't they like together for? Was it? Is there ever a point where Marvel and DC were kind of together, whether it be the comic industry?
they did a gimmick series of comic books, a crossover,
Okay.
and they called it the Amalgam Universe. They did a storyline where both of the universes of the Marvel Comics and the DC Comics clashed and collided, and they became one. And then they had reinvented the characters. So you had your Wolverine, Batman character,
Hmm.
um, and Superman and Spider Man or whatever. And they were all kind of came together, and both of them produced Amalgam Comics, and then they separated back after like a year or so of storytelling. It just didn't work out so well. Sometimes you would have a major Marvel artist go over to DC, and um, that would be a big thing. And same thing the other way around. And then after being screwed over by both of them, a bunch of artists created their own company called Image, and did their own thing. So, what's he saying here? Brian Seeger invented the Diddy Party.
I don't know if invented would be the word I'd use, but set a precedent.
Uh, Made it mainstream. I'll tell you
Oh,
that. You know, people like,
same age range.
yeah,
Ooh.
these are the things we don't talk about in Hollywood enough, I
You
guess.
don't graduate from one to the other. It's a lateral movement from those parties. Yeah.
Mm,
Why? What does that to say that I'm more comfortable talking about that than politics? I don't know what the hell that means.
politics is gross.
Yes, it is.
It's,
It is.
it's gross.
It's annoying.
You
I just want
know,
to go to sleep until.
it's almost like picking your favorite bum fighter. Um,
Yeah. Our two choices are pretty bad. Like it's not an easy choice.
it's a bad choice either way.
Yeah. Do you want to eat vomit or fecal matter? Mm,
Yeah.
awesome.
One's being honest about it. You won't
Just
enjoy the taste, but you'll thank me for it later.
I just want some bread. That's all. That's all I want.
Can I get the ketchup?
Listen,
A little
beggars and choosers. Just something that doesn't taste like sock.
Then he keeps offering me
Oh,
pickles.
Gray's pro vomit.
Oh my goodness. John Waters and Divine are back in
Oh, I was
action.
like, wait, Divine's dead.
I know she's dead, but she did eat that
Shit, right?
yes,
Or was that
yes.
fake? No,
No, it was real.
yeah.
They waited for the dog to do it on camera.
Well,
Right up.
you can trick that a little bit.
It was a oneer.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying that I don't believe it. It's not a 100% thing where you could cheat it,
You could.
but I don't put it past.
I've rolled some brownies that looked authentic.
Why have you rolled brownies?
You've never rolled a brownie and sat it on the ledge of a public bathroom and pretended to urinate.
No.
Have I mentioned that I used to be an asshole?
Used to. What's it? Wait, Copra. Cop
That's the technical term for what Divine did.
Coprophagia?
Yes.
How have I never heard that?
Yes. Well,
I must have read it because of all these stupid movies I watch with that stuff happening in it. Coprophagia. No big cookies work better than a brownie. Ugh.
well, you get the two-tone with the brownie because the outside is kind of lighter coat than the underneath part, so you get the two-toned effect. When you roll it.
Do you have to like undercook it so it's got a little bit of
No,
liquidity to it?
no. Actually, the box set is probably the best for it. If you don't, and you know what? If you're going for authenticity, you can add nuts and corn.
Mm.
Seems like it would have come up. This is what happens every time we talk about politics.
Right into the coprophagia.
Yes. It just links so well
Mhm.
together.
Hand in hand. Like peanut butter and jelly.
But yeah, you sit it on towards the back of the seat of the toilet, and it just at a first glance, it just looks absolutely 100% authentic. Um, but it would fall apart if you tried to pull that off in a pool.
No, that's what you use a Baby Ruth for, isn't it? Because they're kind of uneven and bumpy.
Yeah,
Yeah, nutty.
they're nutty. It seems like it would have come up. Yeah.
Mm.
The vomit or the topic?
All of the above.
Yes. So, let's see, what was that? We had McDonald's and Vince, and then the topics went somewhere else.
Well, Vince McMahon hasn't had his court date thing yet, has he?
No, he's still under investigation. So
And that's bravery. Just
his
opening other things.
yes, opening things that wasn't his. Speaking of which, hey Gray,
Hey, yeah, good topics. After dark. The dog's barking. Sorry about that.
Gray says, "I'll be right there. Hold on."
yeah, the civil case that spawned the investigation has been set aside while the the FBI or whoever it is uh, looks into what was going on. So there may be some actual criminal activity being attributed to him. As far as it stands right now, it's just a civil suit with an accusation.
If it's the Brock Lesnar thing, that's trafficking.
Yes,
Seems uncivil as well.
yes, very
I'll
uncivil
say.
is what that is. So that's what I would call it. But yeah, um,
Yeah, if I get pulled over for suspicion of drinking, I can get hired for 3 years. These guys can traffic in humans and open up a new company in half a year. Wild.
here's
Wild.
here's the thing that makes you think that they had way too much power back in the day because there were charges of his underlings doing the same thing, but with ring boys.
No. What's a
Yeah,
ring boy? Is that like
a ring boy is somebody who volunteers to help put the production together, putting down and taking apart, putting up and taking apart the ring.
how old
Okay,
are they?
and helping. We're talking about underage,
Mm.
early teens, if that. And they were too young to be paid, so they were kind of like volunteer interns, and with the hopes of either meeting their heroes or finding a way into the business.
Or sleeping with them.
Well, that's where the other part came in. I don't think any of the kids had that in mind, but
Wrestling groupies, except
as As P. Diddy was quoted as saying, you got to do some stuff you don't want to do if you want to break into the business. That actually went to court, and some people were charged. And there was a whole investigation, and it all came out, the Ring Boy scandal. And I think they weren't found guilty or anything, I don't believe.
You know, people with that sort of power, you can find people that are into money enough that will, not have very many morals just to do things with you because you have more money than they do. It doesn't have to be illegal. Like, it's just a little bit of extra work is all. Man.
And, anytime somebody finds himself in a place of power, they wind up more often than not. I can't say consistently 100% of the time, but more often than not, they abuse that power for salacious ends. Speaking of salacious ends.
Correct.
Yes.
How's your evening been?
Pretty good, except for somehow I messed up the time. I just for some reason thought it was like now when it was starting instead of an hour ago, which I don't know. I'm stupid. So other than that, great. Just
we do fall back over the weekend. Daylight savings
looking
time
forward
is
to it.
over, and that's gonna throw Charles off if he's trying to jump in from England.
Yeah,
Wait,
I'm extremely
it happens
ignorant this weekend.
No.
Yes.
I was going to ask you, does the UK do that, or is that just US stupidity?
They did it already.
Oh.
Yeah, so
good for them.
They're an hour closer to us right now.
Ooh.
Damn it.
That it ruins what you were doing.
I leave in 11, 12 days.
Oh my goodness.
So I'll have a week to get used to a schedule just to get used to a different one.
More uncomfortability. You know, good times.
Good times. Good times.
I'm not going to change the watches. I'm just going to keep going like it's an hour later.
Is your lid clinking now?
Sure.
Did you add that?
No, I believe that's dishes near me.
Okay,
sorry about that.
I thought that was a fantastic thing to add there if you could. The
That
little
would be-
clinking sound of the lid going up and down.
I can add dogs barking if that would help. But,
Aw.
That's cute. That is cute.
Would
Wait, hang
Did you
on.
pinch them?
Oh my goodness, I wasn't planning on using that.
no,
Pardon
he's
me.
just an asshole.
Oh.
Hang on. Where is it? Where is it?
That's not the Jamaican song. The
No. That's people appreciating the cuteness of the dogs.
Oh. Well, thank you, everybody.
I'm not up to date on the music yet. So. Oh wait, yes. Nope, that's the wrong one.
Whoa. Wow. It was really kicking, though.
Made the dog bark. All right, yeah, I haven't adjusted everything yet, or I don't understand. I just want to get a new computer instead of trying to
I'm
figure
gonna
out
be on
the
the,
different things. Just buy a new
I
computer.
either need to join the Restream train or the EV Mux soon, because I think it's in 2 days I get my next giant bill from StreamYard, so I'm done with that. So I will be having a time of adjustment in the near future as well. Oh, good times.
Speaking of vomit or fecal matter,
But hey, they're doing a what do they call that? Like I don't know. They're doing a stream where they're talking about their new features, StreamYard. So yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a ton.
new shapes.
Totally worth twice the price.
They're going to roll out something that Charles wants. I bet they're going to roll out video overlays.
Yeah.
But just for
I
the
don't-
coin.
I don't know if it would be enough to get me, but
Where do you have video overlays? I know some people do that.
so where your R is, where right there, I have like little things for segments for show business with no background, and they're not something that I would put like in the middle of the screen or anything, but like
Mhm.
kind of the way you have that, just like a moving reminder of what the segment currently is. Like, let's just say, for the sake of argument, yeah, like you wanted to talk about that for the next 10 minutes, you leave that up. Yeah. So instead of an image, it would be a non-background, like a PNG file, except motion.
Yeah. I think if I used a PNG file right here, it would just be a white background behind it.
I don't like that.
Yeah, because with this one, well, actually, nothing shows up.
A little bit of a see-through there. That's that opacity is not 100%.
No.
See, that's where OBS. OBS is awesome, but
you could use OBS as a second camera in Restream, so you could pull it up, your OBS, and then work through that. But then you're taxing your computer a little bit more, or your laptop.
Oh, EV Mux, that thing, the computer becomes tar when EV Mux is running.
Have you noticed the Restream seem to have kind of a? Does it put a big tax on your computer to do all this, or does it seem to be about comparable to StreamYard?
No, there's no new tax with no new taxes with Restream.
I've just noticed with EV Mux, it seems like it's definitely more taxing to do the video. Whatever is going on with that, it just seems to add way more CPU usage than any of the other ones, and I don't know why.
Is it a computer tariff?
Yes,
I think so. It heavily believes in the tariff.
There's no income tax, but maybe outgoing. There could be something happening.
And China's going to pay for it.
I do know that when I started using this camera, at the same time as I was doing before I came over here to Restream, that it was stopping occasionally and freezing, as if it was to like the old JPEGs. If you didn't move a whole lot, it wasn't going to update the image.
Oh, yeah.
Which was kind of a fun feature.
Yeah. Except I would be stuck like this.
I mean, the audience kind of dug it.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. So, what's something interesting that you ran across this week? Random panelist.
Gray.
Yeah. Good question. I guess the main thing was Marvel appears to actually be kind of paring back their TV presence for the near future. It seems like they did actually kind of learn some lessons from a bunch of the other ones. So I don't know. It only seems like a few new shows that are kind of coming forth next year. I got to be honest. I'm more interested in that than I have been in the last little while for a bunch of these. So that's kind of it. Other than that, I've been kind of in a hole. So, spooky season.
No, that's not the right.
Yeah, I apologize about that.
No, you don't need to apologize. Like I said, it really works with the
you're trying to do some Foley work there with the lid.
You will never
completely off. I would have to anticipate you talking in order to get it right.
The Foley. I'm just saying, man. You need the right cutlery, the right type of plate here. What can I say? It's impossible to mimic, but
yes,
I will record it and I will make this so.
Unlike somebody who's got a family, you've actually got dishware. And,
yeah, kind of fancy stuff.
Wait, you paper plates? What? Plastic.
China.
All plastic. Unbreakable plastic. Microwavable plastics. That's what you have when you have children that multiply more than one. If you have more than 2 kids, the good china only comes out during funerals and weddings.
Or if the Queen visits. I get you.
Yes. Which happens a lot in San Francisco. Did I mention I used to be an asshole? Yeah.
I think it's come up before, but it's hard to believe.
Hard to believe. I've come so far, believe it or not.
Wait, did you end up saying where Bob is?
Bob, I did not say where Bob is. I think Bob is doing something, or maybe
The
he
hell
has
could he be doing?
time for one.
I was going to say he might be in custody. We're not sure.
Let's see. I sent the link there. I didn't send it to him. Oh, it's my anniversary on Twitter. Look at that. How nice. I did
Oh,
not send
happy
it
anniversary.
personally.
Twitterversary? Whatever you call it.
Yes. Happy Twitterversary to me.
X
No.
or I can't really do
Yes,
much with that.
One of the
letter.
reasons I stopped going pro before it became X was because I didn't want that to be a bill that my wife accidentally saw. It's,
Probably some
your
explaining.
subscription to X.com.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it looks cool. It's the coolest looking letter, but
It took me so long to get it. He's got SpaceX. This would be like Ground X or Earth X or whatever. I did not put the two and two together.
nor did I.
What did you put together? like-
Just he
Stop.
owns a lot of X companies. There's SpaceX. This would be Ground X or Earth X or whatever this is X. I just I didn't realize that there was a connection. It's just like, why would you name it X? That's a weird name. But there's a precedent.
I don't understand how it's got to be a rich guy thing.
What, X?
Oh, for sure.
Like as in Malcolm?
No, it's singleletter.com is unavailable to the mainstream person.
What other letters are there?
No other letters, but you can't have less than 3 when you're setting up a domain.
Really?
Yes.
I mean,
So it
why
has
not
to
have Z.com? It's awesome.
Do you mean ZED or the letter Z?
It's up to you. It's
Well, hello there.
confusion. People will be talking.
For the next 12 days, it's the letter Z, but on the other side of the water, it's going to be Z again.
Z.com.
H.
H. About to hit 400. Good job, Rosales. Really? I'm about to hit 400 online.
Rosales, that means you're only 100 away from...
Yeah, limited monetization.
Mhm.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. I think I was 3 away last year. I mean, not last year, 2 weeks ago, and I started pushing for it. And so now we're closer.
The thing about limited monetization is you qualify for supers, which is between you, me, and the wall. AdSense isn't that big a deal, but if someone can give you supers, it helps. It's a big help.
Hang on, you've got to read that real quick. Read it out loud for me, Charles.
Why.com raises questions. Why.com.
Indeed.
Why?
Why would that raise questions? Why?
Thank you, multi-topic. I enjoyed that one. WHY. Why.com. Why.com raises questions.
Why.com.
Is that really eluding you, or is this a gag?
You go there for answers, sir. It makes sense.
So instead of, I'm trying too hard to get.
See,
the
it's a letter,
punchline.
but it can also be a word.
Yeah. I was thinking like naughty things.
We're not all professional comedians. We're trying here.
Nor am I.
He was being punny.
Yeah, I was like, I was thinking of like, is that like? I was thinking of bad things. Like, is that where you go for porn? Is why.com like Rule 34? I didn't know what that was until like a month ago.
I don't know what Rule 34 is.
Haha. It's I might have it wrong. It might be Rule 34 or 37. If it exists, there's porn about it.
Oh.
On the internet, that is. Yeah, it's spiced tonight. I gotta get my vanilla out of my system too.
It makes sense. I mean, it's after dark. Why wouldn't you go with the spicy Coke?
Just spicy Coke after
No
dark.
vanilla Coke here.
I don't know why they call it spiced. It's just raspberry.
Is it just raspberry? There's no cinnamon in there, or nutmeg, or star anise?
If there is, I don't taste. If there is, I don't taste it.
You seem to be defending the Oreo Coke collaboration or whatever. Charles, he is a big fan of the Coke, if you will, a Coke connoisseur. I don't know, man.
This little
As a
fella?
Coke sommelier, do you recommend the Oreo Coke, or is it a bad vintage?
Are you un-American? Are you unaware of this? Have you not tasted it?
I haven't. I've been staying away from soda for the last like 2 months, but
Oh,
I'm going to try it.
well, there's
Good
no
for you.
sugar.
A lot of empty calories in sodas.
This
and
has no calories.
Sweetened beverages.
Yeah,
So they do
there's-
have it in the zero one as well?
It is
Oh,
only
hell
in
yeah.
zero.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they also did another collaboration where they have Coke flavored Oreo cookies, and it's like I was going to ask you, what would be your jam?
I have those packed. My wife and I are going to taste them together.
Oh, is it going to be a live stream?
Well, I'm sorry for spoiling the surprise.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's
It'll be in the
I
middle
will
of the night.
I will be able to let you know. And
It'll be at 3 a.m. Central Time.
the problem is, if I actually like it, then I won't be able to get more.
Well, not for
Well,
cheap.
I mean, you can pay the heavy taxes,
yeah.
and maybe.
My son was not a fan of it. He tried the cookies, the Coke flavored cookies, and he was not a fan.
Scooby didn't like it?
He's a fan of something, but that wasn't it. That was not him.
That's
enjoying
right,
a-
Multi. Aspartame is 4 times sweeter than regular sugar, and that's why it's 4 times better.
And so are you.
Oh, thank you. It kind of depends what you get used to. So, like, I don't know. My mom was into like the whole diet culture and everything. So, like, we just didn't have regular Coke when I was growing up. It was always diet. So that just tastes right to me. Where like when I try a regular Coke, it's like that's off. I'm sure it's the exact opposite for most normal people, but I don't know. Just one tastes right to me. The other one is like, oh, that's weird. I don't know.
When I dropped the regular sodas and went to diet, and I slipped back like you do with cigarettes and alcohol. I slipped back and had myself a regular Coca-Cola. What got me was not the taste or the sweetness, which was different. It was the viscosity.
Right? Like it's weird. It's like more syrupy in a weird way.
It tastes like the corn. It feels like the corn syrup it's made with, and so there was a thickness to it that you didn't know was there until you walked away from it. You don't have that syrupy thickness because of the aspartame. It's all chemicals, and the sucralose, which is made of bacteria, fecal matter.
I am so excited right now.
They take sugar, they feed it to this certain bacteria, it eats it, it passes through it, and what comes out is no longer sugar, but still tastes sweet. More information you didn't want to know about food. Well, yeah, whoa. I'm on a stream, buddy.
Oh, what's happening over there?
The natives got restless.
He's in the middle of a combat. He's streaming right now. He's fighting with his friends online. They're doing something and not working well together. And so he's verbalizing that with a so
I know we kind of changed subjects, but it is a little alarming that like even lab rats won't eat the aspartame stuff, but they love sugar. So I don't know. Somehow I'm more willing to eat chemicals than lab rats. I don't know. Good times.
The chickens and insects and other animals outside won't eat ramen noodles.
Oh no!
Haven't they ever struggled?
The chickens will eat anything that you throw out there, including eggshells. They're like, oh yeah, this is great. I'm gonna want it. They're stupid.
Junior.
Yeah, man, this makes me think of family. And they're all the time digging in the compost and turning that over, and everything else, but they won't eat the ramen noodles. Crumble them up, make them look like seed. Mm-mm. I won't eat
I
this.
just assumed they would. That is weird.
Man,
Apparently, they don't like the alkali noodle.
No, they do not. And it does not disappear. It eventually just works its way into the ground. It doesn't biodegrade.
oh, something
The
else I
insects,
like.
Yeah, but at like
the insects
9
don't.
cents a packet, I mean, it can't be
Mm.
beat.
Mm-mm. You know, they'll pick up, like ant poison and stuff like that. Oatmeal and the what is that other stuff
Ant
that's like
poison.
oatmeal? What is that stuff that's like oatmeal but isn't oatmeal?
Cream of wheat.
Cream of wheat, yes. The cream of wheat will expand in their bellies and they will explode from the inside. So I use cream of wheat instead of ant killer, and to get rid of the ant piles in the house. Home remedies are the best. Um, but they won't eat the ramen noodles. They won't take it. None of the wildlife will.
Man, those things, they fill you up in a pinch. Like Gray said, 9 cents, you're in.
Sheridan says everything has chemicals in it. Any fast food and beverages you drink pretty much when you work in fast food like I do, you know what stuff goes into stuff.
Mm.
True. You guys had that scintillating MSG talk earlier.
Yes.
It's in there. It adds to the
They've ignored it.
hyperpalatability.
That's where the good stuff is.
Yes, in 30 minutes we'll be talking about MSG again. It's a Chinese food joke, is what that is.
It's just two consecutive, 2 out of 3 weeks where you've had a little
Comment?
joke at the Asian foods expense.
Yeah, yes, it's the Asian foods. Just the food that we're making jokes about. It's just the Asian foods. Foods.
Well, I
Cultures.
don't know if the sauce that you talked about a couple weeks ago, I don't know if that would be something you'd have with MSG. Well, I would assume you would, actually.
What, the Hunan sauce?
I think it might have a bit in there.
You can't say it any other way. That's why
They've
you
tried
called
to
it
make me. They just
sauce.
can't get it.
The sauce previously mentioned. It's what you called it, as opposed to the Hunan sauce, because you can't say it right. Says here, Multi says, let's eat ramen noodles with aspartame. When you poison yourself, no half measures. You know what?
Just wash it down with a Diet Coke.
I was going to say, I've done that, just I didn't combine them together, but they're part of the same meal.
Yes.
Good times. Struggle meals.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know.
Then if you want to involve the chicken, you throw an egg in there. I'm just saying, that's a complete meal now.
According to the landlord, he went missing about 7 months ago, but it looks like he died yesterday. All he lived on was ramen noodles.
The preservatives are so good.
I've been mummified by ramen noodle.
Yeah, you can't beat the price. Probably costs more to heat the water than to buy the damn noodles.
Well, you're going to have a teapot from now on for boiling water. No more pots on the stove, unless you're going to boil a meat.
Wait, what?
You're going to be in England, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Kettle.
tea is a big deal over there.
Yes.
Big deal.
Don't forget the cigarettes.
Fucking sugar tax.
Come on, that's the dessert.
Don't
You got to follow.
TV tax too. If you're watching broadcast,
Oh,
they
you need a license, your TV license, yeah.
They'll come and see if you're watching it on the interwebs.
Yeah, my wife has said that somebody has knocked to make sure she's had it, and she's like, "I don't watch TV."
Do they check if you have a VPN? How thorough is their investigation?
I don't. They had paperwork. They wanted to be asked in. I'm like, don't let them in.
I was upset when they took away my analog whatever antenna, and we had to like switch to digital. Like, what was that, 20 years ago or something like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, if there was paperwork involved, that's a bridge too far.
Yeah.
the over-the-air channels are now for the imports. Um, it's all in at least in Texas. The over-the-air channels are Hindi and they're in Arabic. I couldn't tell you anything other than that it's Arabic of some kind.
Hmm.
But you get the Bollywood style movies. You get that. You get the Mexican language
I was gonna say, I know
channels
we
as
got
well.
Telemundo on mine, but it's been a minute since I've turned it on.
But it's more than that. I'll be at my mother's house and she's watching the broadcast channels. Right? That's right. My mother's still alive. She turns 90 in February.
Hey.
Based.
And I was out with them when you guys were doing the Think. I was out with my mother and
Yeah,
my
sorry
big
about
brother.
those fun topics. I'm sure they enjoyed it.
No, they didn't. They weren't a part of it. We were just out there for Halloween with them and took them some cake and stuff and a pizza. And they got to hang out together. So it was good times for them and me. Yep. I had fun too. Family.
I'm
But
glad the chauffeur was also involved. That's awesome.
they let me in. It was awesome. It was great. I was able to accompany them. Somebody had to hold a wheelchair. So, um, what was I saying before I got distracted?
Aspartame. No, it wasn't.
Oh yes, the TV channels. Yes, we're going through the TV channels. I found my way back, Grace. So, sorry. And she's like, "That's not Spanish because it's not from Mexico. They're from a South American country. So we're getting other programming as well that are South American that are not directly from Mexico. And so
Huh.
there's lots of other people. It's like we've got a melting pot of people coming across
It
the
has to be a
border.
powerful, like, whatever signal that they're sending out. Either that or it's getting relayed somehow. But man,
These are the local stations that have bought the channels, and that's what they're broadcasting. So,
Wow.
um, and the local stations have also bought multiple channels. So if something like, say, when Raw was on Fox, our local Fox affiliate would broadcast that unless there was a local sporting event that took precedence. And if that happened, then it would be broadcast on one of the secondary channels. In our
President doesn't
case,
play sports.
no, he does not, no matter what he says. Um, then it would go on channel 21, I believe, here locally in the Dallas Fort Worth area. And also, that happens whenever there was a debate or something like that. The network channels continue to broadcast their channels on the secondary affiliate channels. In some cases, with cable, the Fox Sports channels were also carrying it as well. So it would be simulcast on FS1, the wrestling on Fridays. Man, anybody else got a conversation I can kill?
About analog TV, I got nothing.
You got no analog TV memories? That's what grinds
Oh,
my
no.
gears.
I remember having to like screw two of these things into the back of the TV. It wasn't the circle thing with the I'm doomed. Instead of the
Hands, I'm going to
regular
mute you real quick. You just keep doing hand gestures.
no.
it was the two screw method instead of the coaxial cable.
Yeah, it was
Male and female. You get the.
I don't know what the hell it was called, but what the last
These
thing we
things?
had was
They're called
Yeah.
sweetbreads.
they looked like
The rabbit ears.
Like-
You're talking about the rabbit ears. UHF and VHF signal rabbit ears.
is that what they were called?
Yes.
And like you had to screw something on the back of the TV. There was
Oh, you got to screw it. You need to make it secure.
You insert the male connector into the female adapter
Mhm.
and give it a quick screw till it's a tight fit.
You make sure it's firm in place and
It's 1 hour and 12-minute mark for those who are clipping. These things right here going into this thing right there, according to this guy.
I know what I know what this is trying to tell me, but I'm not wordsing.
Usually it's me that you know what I usually say? I'm sorry, the English fails me.
Hmm.
That way people forgive me for speaking a second language and wonder how brilliant my accent is.
my in my mind, I'm looking at the image of the thing, but the wiring, my brain's saying, "Hey, act it out. It won't look sexist at all."
I mean, kind of. Like, you do have to tweak it a bit, right? So you got to do some fine twisting on it.
A little
I think I know what you're talking about. I forget exactly what it is, but instead of the coaxial cable that actually like screws in, you've got like literally a screw, and then you have to take this weird U-shaped thing and like wrap it around the screw and like pin it into it. Is that the one that
Yeah.
you're talking about, or?
Yeah, so it's like a
totally not a cock ring.
It's not. I mean, it's open on the one side. So
No, and if you have the set top thing, you got to
U-shaped
slide
thing,
it back and forth.
it does this, and you have to like screw this part on so that it's stuck, so it won't fall out. I don't know why I kept going. In case someone at home is trying to figure out how to hook up their television from 1978.
I don't have a light, but this part right here, this part goes into this part.
Those are headsets, no?
Yes, but it's the same kind of action. And then you give it a twist.
No, I need to find an image because I feel like no one's believing me. And I
no, I know what
can't-
you're talking about.
I got the thing you inserted right here.
That's a battery.
So I Googled it and I found the a coaxial converter to like the two weird U-shaped things that you then screw into it, but it's not giving me an actual name for it. It's just saying
Do you have an
transformer
image?
75 ohm to 300 ohm adapter. So
does Restream give you an option to share the screen?
I think so. I guess I could do that.
Oh, please put me out of my misery.
At the take two at the 1 hour 16-minute mark, right there.
Just might as well just clip the 5-minute stretch.
Dun 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 dun.
I think I'm gonna go crazy if Grace found an image and it's not what I'm thinking of.
If it's not what you're thinking of, I'm screwed. I tried to.
Oh my God,
it's
it is!
these things, right?
It
Yeah.
is!
I didn't know how to explain it, but like the two U cups that you like kind of
Yeah.
screw into the back of it. So this is converting it to a coaxial
Yep.
cable, but
Yep, that's
it's
them.
lost technology.
99 cents.
good
What a
time.
steal.
I know.
I think it was more
Seems like we
expensive in
all would use them.
1990.
Those were like $10 a pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how come there's gold-plated ones and silver ones? It makes no sense. Give us
Well,
all gold.
The gold-plated ones should cost more than the silver-plated
That's
ones.
what I'm saying.
You'd think, but here we are.
I'm gonna buy a box of them.
Have them.
But yeah, I didn't know how to Google it, but that U-shaped adapter. I had an old TV that had that.
That's awesome. Thank you, Gray.
That is awesome. You know what? I need some of those in order to play some of the older video games. So,
Oh wow. I feel less insane. AliExpress.
Yeah, it was the first one that came up. I was like, yeah, they probably got it.
oh, no wonder, right? It's like 99 cents. You're going to have to buy like 10,000 of them.
Crate of them.
Yes. And then the shipping's going to be insane. So I don't know who paid off who at the government level, whether it was Amazon or somebody else. But they have changed the rules for shipping, drop shipping, that now people who are importing, that's the customer, now have to give their name and social security number to take responsibility for the items being brought into the country. In
I'm
case
not
they
giving
happen to-
foreigners my social security number.
That's
Yeah.
what
That
I'm
makes no
saying.
sense.
They're killing the drop shipping business. They're going after Temu essentially, and Alibaba, because people use those things and they buy it for cheap and then they sell it for more expensive on the Amazon, and so what Amazon or whoever paid off the government to change the rules is giving now the responsibility to those who are importing it. So it's not the person who's selling it who's importing it; it's the person who's purchasing it is now considered the importer. Okay. So aside from
So
having your
wait,
social security number, Amazon's got basically all your information. So if they wanted to import something in, they could. Uh, but a secondary or third seller is going to have to ask you for your driver's license and social security number before they bring in that 89-cent panda
so
stuffed animal.
Yeah, sit tight, hold your breath.
I understand with like Disney Plus, like they were saying that like their terms of service like essentially made it so like you can never arbitrate anything, you just agree to everything. So is Timu essentially doing the same thing now? Like from having a Timu account, I now have a business of importing.
No, but you are considered through the U.S. government the importer. Okay, so if there's a secondary person who's going between you, they will have to put that, and now you will have to give that to away as well, so that the government knows who's bringing in what. A lot of the stuff they're selling
Well,
is crap that don't fall within the guidelines of the U.S. So kids' toys are coming in with lead paint and toxic chemicals, and things aren't being treated the way they should be and falling within those guidelines. So they're shipping crap products to begin with.
I've been approached by so many of those drop shippers for uh, collaboration offers.
sponsorship.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Oh, collabs. Yeah.
awful.
I only had a couple of microphone companies reach out to me. And it's
Nice.
like one Google, and it's like, oh, okay, so you're all fake. Okay, fair enough. It's a scam.
your voice.
Yeah, they want to partner with you.
Yeah.
You just have to buy the microphone first.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm. Yes. I got that one. I also get a lot of chains, jewelry for Instagram. And I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I don't have a neck.
Well, I hadn't noticed, but
You know, it just kind of sits. My head just kind of sits there on the top of my shoulders, and
okay, I hear
back and
you,
forth.
but I'm sure you could still use chainmail, right? Like if you got enough of those chains, you could make some armor.
Break those chains.
I pity the fool who tries to, hook me with the neck thing. So no, no. And another thing I'm getting a lot lately on the Instagram is I got two Instagrams, one for the Rosales Entertainment Comics, things like that, and then one for myself as just a writer and artist. And that one, I post a lot of familial stuff, so you'll see pictures, your regular Instagram stuff from the early aughts, food and vacations.
Nudes.
No, food,
OF.
F, not OF,
Only foods.
FOO. The
Only food.
only. Hang on, I got to buy that. Onlyfoods.com, .net.
Best of luck.
Don't do .org because then it's now a government thing.
Mm.
.gov. Now you can hide your stuff, your information with .net and .com, but .org you have to give them your information, and so you will get spammed silly if you get .org.
Hmm.
Um,
Stay away from the orgs then.
yes, I was speaking nonsense anyway. So I did. So who's tried to scam you? Oh yeah, that's right.
Who hasn't?
Who?
These
Who are you
pretty
speaking to?
profile pics are liking my food
Oh,
pictures on my private thing, and then inviting me to conversations. They're like following 4 billion people, and they've got no
Sounds
followers
legit.
themselves. Uh, a profile pic, and that's about it. I'm like, no, thank you, no, thank you. I thought, yeah,
every now and again I'll be confused because there's things that I've actually taken a sponsorship for a coupon code or something for, like this. You can't see it. The painting on my wall here. If you see my videos, there's like this thing that looks like blinds. It's actually a canvas print of rounders and a whole bunch of squished straight images. But every now and again, I'll get emails from people that don't change like it's just like this template. And it's like, dear channel name. And I'm like, oh, not even trying.
Even adjust the template. Come on.
And it's like stupid shit that has nothing to do with anything I do on my channel. Like, would you like a set of rubber ducks for your house? What?
Of course.
I feel like our relationship could work really well together. Why?
Seems like a perfect fit. Well, we've heard that you enjoy the song where it's all about feeding the ducks. So
Top 5 rubber ducks in movies ranked. This is done with my sponsor.
if you were doing it through StreamYard, though, you could be playing Feed the Ducks the entire time, and it would fit in so well. Wow, I just realized once we move away from StreamYards for the thinkers, how do we do Feeding the Ducks?
Oh, it's probably...
It's StreamYard's song, though.
You can go get it.
You can download it.
Yeah.
You can make a private
Fair
recording of yourself just sitting there listening to it.
Mm.
And then
I mean, I've got many of those.
No, ones that you could show to an audience, Gray.
Oh, yeah. No.
Not
No,
for
that's a
adult
private video.
audiences.
all right, let me see if I can share this real quick. I want to show you the comments we normally get in the Rumble. So,
Ooh. Rumble, Stiltskin.
The room play.
I gotta move it. All right, hang on a second. I gotta pull this over here, separate it, like the church and the state, and then come over here. Not that one. Not that one. There we go. We'll do this one. Let's see if we can make this bigger here so somebody can see it. Well, I can't see it. Still can't read it.
Ooh, they're an online reputation management expert. Wow.
Nope, wrong one. Hold on. I'm going to make this
Looking
bigger.
forward to hearing from you.
That's right. Okay, so it says, hi there. As an expert in online, and I've gotten this from several people. This is different.
But it's
time,
Faith Pro.
But this is the
They're
exact
pros.
same thing. And this video with like 65 views. Oh, let me pause that.
Is that us right now? Oh, no.
No, that was Bob from a
Yeah,
while
it was a
back.
couple weeks ago.
A couple of weeks ago. We got 65 views. Bob. Yeah, I think Bob's busy. Anyway, they want to offer me a complimentary demo, and they want me to give them financial information so they could, buy.
How else are they going to boost the positive and mitigate the negative reviews? Come on. They need your financials.
Yes, they need the financial. Yes. It's worse than the Nigerian prince. That's what it is. And that reminds me of the last thing I heard when I was looking at the news. Some poor sap of a 75-year-old man actually thought he was in an online relationship with Alexa Bliss.
Oh, poor bastard.
And
You're saying he wasn't?
no,
She didn't choose a 75-year-old guy who she never talked to,
or met.
only through text? Huh.
Yes. No. And he sent her close to $1 million. And
I mean, in a way, that's kind of cool because it shows that 75-year-old had $1 million. Like, that's awesome.
yeah, but he took it from his son's inheritance, his grandson's college fund, and all
Shouldn't the
kinds of-
son have helped him know that this isn't a real thing if he was more involved? Perhaps he hasn't earned that inheritance.
He certainly had a vested interest in making sure it didn't happen.
He tried, but he didn't believe his son. So she had already
somehow
dared him.
Somehow my YouTube feed started showing me someone takes like 4 episodes of Dr. Phil and puts it together. But anyway, it just started auto playing whatever was on my page the other day. It auto played one of those. And man, there's so many people that get scammed with that. I think they call them like is it like love scamming? I can't remember exactly what they call it, but it's not catfishing because it's not just like somebody trying to trick you. It's specifically like trying to scam you out of all your money. And
that long con.
Man, it just happens so often. And the same people get scammed like 5 or 6 times. They're like, yeah, but this one is real. And I don't know. I guess I can't understand that. I just assume everything's fake at all times, including this.
There was a guy who paid like $50,000 to an OnlyFans lady to meet her in person, and he got to
But
spend
that
like
one was
5
real.
minutes with her, and got a photo with her.
A
And
photo?
he got a photo with
Yeah,
her,
it
got
was
to meet her.
awesome. He's
And
got proof that he met her. Like she even put her arm around his shoulder, I believe. And then she took that 50 grand to go on a vacation with her real boyfriend.
yes, yes.
50 grand for a picture.
Well, he'd already been sending her money as an OnlyFans person. So, I mean, and who knows what they're asking for on top of the subscription? They're doing that. They're asking for monies, and it's the only way you can find that whale.
People send me money to make me watch movie that are rather unsavory. I got the wrong end of the
But
deal here.
now you have a term for it, though. Corpophagia.
Is that how you say it? Corpophagia?
Wait a minute. People pay
Yes.
you to watch porn?
No. They like torturing me. They sometimes
mean-
they'll send money. Most times they'll send a copy of the movie so that I definitely have it. And then
But if I
they're like,
remember, wasn't Human Centipede and like Sallow on your list there? So I'm just saying.
You get sent movies like
It's-
Death Knot?
Ooh,
I've never
I know of
heard
Death
that.
Note, but not Death Knot.
This is Death Knot. It's something completely different and
My
not
nickname in high
exactly
school.
all the same. And it's on digital Blu-ray from our good friends. Where is it? Where's my asset? From my good friends at Wellgo USA.
Oh,
Look at that. So yeah,
I've worked with them a couple times.
yeah, they are no longer doing the DVDs for giveaways and home deliveries anymore because they've gotten so expensive to produce. So they're looking for a new supplier, I believe, to do that. So they may go back to doing the free DVD giveaways.
Yeah,
And,
they do a lot of Asian. When I was doing Korean stuff, they would send me stuff to cover.
yeah, like that
Nice.
brand new Jackie Chan movie that was out and is now getting close to being available online.
It
So
kind of looks okay. I don't know. My uncle was making some comments about it. What can I say? It looked interesting. It's getting better ratings than a lot of the other ones.
what? Death Note? Death Knot?
No, now I'm forgetting the Jackie Chan panda one where
Oh, yes.
somehow he meets the zookeeper who's keeping a panda and, martial arts fights.
Yes. Totally off topic of the online scammers.
True. And you're right. There's nothing funny about actually vulnerable getting scammed. But
There's nothing funny about
no,
Kung Fu Fighting Pandas.
there's something kind of funny about it. What can I say? They made at least 4 of those one movies about it. There's some chuckles. Maybe
What
not.
type of law is there against that? Like, if you're lying to someone to get them to send you money, isn't that technically like some sort of international?
It's a scam, at least.
Yeah.
It's
Seems like it. Generally, it's kind of multiple scams. So not only do you have this like fake relationship where they're
Well, it's
like
fraud,
checking in on
right?
you every day,
be
love
fraud
bombing you,
to
like telling you they love you.
represent yourself as somebody else. So
But then they usually have some sort of story like I'm trapped in a foreign country and for some reason my bank account is inaccessible. But here you can access it from the US. So I'm just gonna deposit this check to you or whatever. Go ahead. So it's kind of weird. It's not like directly going to them. The other thing is they either go through gift cards where you've got to get a whole bunch of gift cards and somehow send them to them because that somehow makes it different.
Well,
or you
um,
Bitcoin is the other weird one. So it just sucks.
more and more, the wrestlers from the WWE are being targeted as they're being faked, and they're the ones who are reaching out to people, the fake ones, and starting these quote unquote romance schemes, and they come out more than once on their own to remind people Mm, they are not having relationships with people online and not to send them any money if they ask because it's not them, it's a scammer.
Yeah, it's
And
all fun and games till Alexa Bliss needs a couple of dollars.
well, she happens to be what pregnant, or she was pregnant, and now she's just kind of hanging out with her child and her husband. So I don't think she really was in unless they used that.
No,
No,
her
it wasn't her.
boyfriend is
It wasn't her.
in Ethiopia or something.
Yes, he's a Nigerian prince. That is yes, and they paid for the entire hospital visit with Target gift cards.
Jeez.
That's not true at all. These are the jokes, folks. That's
Ow.
ooh, that was quite the echo you had there.
Mm.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
That's some spring reverb right there.
yes, that was magical. That's like that. It sounded like one of those microphones that you give to little kids, where they're going, "Ooh,
Yeah. It's got like
ooh."
the spring in it.
Yeah, can't do it again.
I
Not
can't
on
even do it if I
command.
tried. Yeah.
One hit wonder.
Oh, that was kind of close.
That was as close as I can get. There's one spring on my arm. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah. That's the one.
I got it.
No. No.
Welcome to this episode of Spring Thing.
Homemade Foley.
If we were in urinals standing next to each other, I would go home and cry because your spring is more impressive than mine.
You know the rules. You can't stand right next to each other. You got to leave some buffer zone.
No,
Come on.
I would just turn sideways, mark my territory, and go home.
I used to have a friend that if we went to a movie, he would leave an empty seat between us.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. That's where I
That
would
makes
put the
sense. I
popcorn
mean,
trash.
you don't want to give the audience the wrong impression about you guys.
It's dark. I don't care.
It's like they would have seen us holding hands anyway.
We were just going to see The Notebook. I don't know what the problem is.
For the 12th time. Another private screening for The Notebook. It'll be $12.50.
Yes, another Notebook Twilight doubleheader.
Yeah.
Can't think of a newer movie.
No, they don't. They don't make those anymore. Now they make the sappy Hallmark movies or the trashy Netflix movies.
Oh man,
Those trashy Netflix romances were like filled with sex and people being upset all the time.
are they filled with sex? I'm not seeing those. I'm seeing a lot of 2.5 out of 5-star
Mm.
fried bread movies. That's all they really are. It's just
I don't even know what that is. What's a fried bread movie? The movie
it's
that has
just
fried.
there's something about it that looks interesting, but it is as plain and boring as it gets. Yeah, after an hour, you watch it. An hour later, you're like, it's cinematic MSG. Is that a better
Ooh.
definition?
So it makes it tastier?
Yeah, sort of. But
It
then
tenderizes the meat, if you will?
after half an hour, you're like, oh, I need to watch another movie.
See, now when you said fried bread, I was thinking about fry bread, like the Indian,
Oh, so
Native
good.
American thing, and that
Mm.
made me think that these movies are hiding this crap movie, the same crap movie, inside different cultural aesthetics. So you have the bad romance movie on the reservation, bad romance movie in a taco factory, bad
No,
romance
just
movie
drop a
where
piece
they
of
want
Wonder
a
Bread
vacation.
in some oil and let it cook.
Oh, like milk toast,
Sure.
or what is that they have in England? The toast.
Crumpets? No.
Is it milk toast they have in England?
They have milk toast there. Pudding is a lot of things, not just pudding.
Ah, puds.
Don't they have like a gravy on toast?
They
Or-
put beans on toast. They put
That's it. That's what I was thinking of. Beans on toast.
and Vegemite. That's more Australian, isn't it? Vegemite,
Yes.
Marmite. Oh wait, I might have it backwards. I might have it backwards.
I can't remember.
I think
I've
Marmite.
had one of them and not the other. I don't
One
know.
of the mites.
Whoa! What was that in the bottom of your can? Was
That one?
yeah?
It was for a different thing. It's
I'd say like it.
Mistborn. It's magic. It's a Funko Pop. What can I say?
Okay. I thought we were back on the croquettes or whatever that was.
Croquettes.
I got the wrong word. Let me scroll back up. I'll find it.
Marmite is a British one. Hey, Bimo.
Thanks, Bimo.
And
We
there's-
appreciate that. Okay, in honor of the Brits, we'll go Marmite. There we go.
Hey.
Millie K toast, milk toast. And let me scroll back up because I know it was gray. Gray, McTradition, sausage rolls, vacuum packed, Brian Singer, vomit. I'm getting close.
Such a fluid. Oh, hey.
What did I say? I said croquettes.
Ah, oh, a croquette. I got you now.
Copra.
Coprophagia.
Coprophagia.
Hey, you walk right into that one, Bimo. Yeah, I thought you were circling back around with that. So, yeah, I'm one for a good callback.
Marmite is pretty good. I'll take your word for it.
As what? A buffing agent? Brings out the shine in my shoes.
You beat me to it. I was going to say the exact same thing.
Oh man, I could have learned so much from you if I'd have just went into comedy with you instead of the other guys.
I don't know about that so much.
Yeah. I did 2 real comedy clubs, but they were brand new and not affiliated with any of the other comedy clubs and were driven out of business. So I got to play opening nights on 2 of these places. They weren't yet selling beer either. So it was BYOB for a while.
What? Then how do they make money? Because like all the money comes from like the 2-drink minimum and whatnot.
Well, the license hadn't come in yet, and they were expecting it, and they did not expect to go out of business as quickly.
Why do they always send the poor?
Well, we always go up first. So yeah, and it works as a beef broth maker.
Marmite? Are you thinking of Bovril or Bovil, whatever that thing is called?
Bovril?
Yeah, Bovril or whatever. The beef drink that the Brits love.
There's a beef drink?
Yeah.
We call it steak.
Bovril spread. It was promoted as a superfood in the early 20th century. But yeah, you dilute it with tea or spread it on morning toast. It's you can drink it though. You can dilute it with hot water and milk and make a drink known as beef tea.
Makes me wonder why Clamato hasn't taken off in the UK.
Chlamydia?
It is
Clamato.
Yes, chlamydia is very popular in the UK. No, for some reason, Clamato is like all the rage in Canada, and I didn't understand it. So they don't have Bloody Marys up there; they have Caesars, which the only difference is instead of using tomato juice, they use Clamato. So, throw some clam in it. It's great.
Yeast extract is the same as beef bouillon?
Not true.
What is happening?
Those are lies, Bimo. I will not accept that. They are dirty lies. Listen, as the foremost British expert here,
that
I'm
is
telling
awesome.
You are incorrect. Bovril is beef. It's the same as bouillon, but Marmite is much different, my friend. Yes, I am the queen now.
She's dead.
Well,
The queen.
in spirit.
Someone didn't tell gray statue that the queen is long no longer live.
Beef tea sounds
horrible.
I don't know.
Spread fake
been
news.
kind of
I spread Marmite.
I don't know. I've been in one of those struggle meals where I ran out of ramen, but I had one of the packets of the, straight up salt and supposed beef flavoring. I made a beef tea, if you will. It's a struggle meal. It kind of works.
Flavor dust.
Yeah, I would not recommend it, but, it got me my daily sodium intake.
Add a little MSG. It'll make it taste better. It makes everything taste better, except for Kool-Aid. Like, why does this Kool-Aid have body? Who made this complex? Fake news. Have we talked about fake news yet? We haven't talked about fake news.
I don't think so. I heard one fake news kind of got debunked in the last couple days.
Only one, huh?
Yeah. So I don't know if you remember, like a year ago or something. There was that whole thing between like Steven Crowder and the guy that used to work for him, Jared, and Jared was being sued by him.
The Subway guy?
Jared Monroe. He used to be known as Not Gay Jared. Anyway, Crowder's lawsuit was just dismissed, and now he owes Jared like $70,000 or something. So good for him.
Oh,
good for him. He doesn't have to be Not Gay Jared anymore.
Well, apparently they were like really going to extremes to like make it so he couldn't work anywhere else. Like they were really saying their NDA included like a non-compete thing, that he just couldn't work in the same industry. So good for him that he appears to have freedom now.
Yeah, well, that's
so
good.
He couldn't work all this time for that?
No.
So he got like a job, but then supposedly they went after that employer and said like, hey, he's got a non-compete clause or something, so they had to get rid of him. So
wow.
Yes and no. He had to go into a slightly different thing. He couldn't be a producer anymore.
Which, even in Hollywood, they don't give you that kind of stuff for wrestling. They give you like 9 months or 6 months to where you don't do the same thing. So
Yeah, non-compete, but like that's
like they fired a couple of chicks who were wrestlers today, and in 9 months they will be wrestling somewhere else. So they've got to sit down for a while and pick up a couple of shifts at the Waffle House for a while.
Sometimes they just can't do television. Sometimes they can do like house shows and things. They just can't do TV.
Well, if they do a house show, it'll wind up on the internet, and then if it winds up on the internet, it'll wind up in the legal department.
Mm.
You would think. So,
I
but
would.
yeah, if it's been longer than 6 months or 9 months, I don't think they've got a leg to stand on. Unless they actually have 2 legs and just bad lawyers.
If you go that far out of your way to make someone not work, you really feel like
that's a miserable person.
Yeah.
Who's miserable themselves.
Mm.
Okay. Well, you go be a lunatic elsewhere. And,
enjoy your lunacy, sir.
Mm.
Yes. There should be a bright and shiny new star sometime within the next few weeks. So when you're looking up and howling at the moon, take a look at a bright star that looks like the North Star but is in the wrong place. That will be a supernova that's happening. So
awesome.
That is information.
I'm chock full of it today for some reason. I got all the stuff, man. I've got all the information that will do you no good.
Huh.
I got to fly.
Yes, you've got to fly. Are you taking Gray with you? Are you doing that sort of thing?
I don't know, but I didn't realize I'm 5 minutes late.
Okay, you do that, and I'll wrap up here and go follow. Let's hang on a second. North by Southwest. Yes, that's
the one. That's the guy.
Great. Give him a send off. Give Charles a send off.
Sure. So this isn't quite show business, but show business on Charles's channel. Go check it out. You want to see him? He's the box office guy. He talks about all the latest news and everything else going on with the business of show. Check it out. Lately, it's been Sundays. Sometimes it's other days. It used to be Monday, but check it out. Go over to YouTube at Willis Greedia. Ring the bell, and then you'll know exactly what day it is. And you might get some special streams, just like he's doing tonight, where he's going through some rather brutal films that are kind of extremist films, if you will. So if you're super into that, why don't you head on over to Charles's channel right after this, YouTube at Willis Greedia, and enjoy the business of show in the way that only Charles can present it.
And if you've got a weak stomach, take note of the movies of not to watch, because the ones that make the list are the worst of the bunch and will
True.
make you feel and think things. And I tell this to my son all the time, that there are certain things in life that become an anchor point that you can no longer go back from.
Yeah. Sorry.
And some of these movies can be that.
Indeed.
Once you see certain things, you just can't go back. There's no back. No, you didn't know that there was no Santa Claus, and one day you found out there was no Santa Claus. There's no going back to Santa Claus. Can't sit on his lap anymore. Nope, off limits. Totally
It's
gone.
impossible to unsee it. Yeah, that is true. It will indelibly mark your soul. So do not tread lightly into these. But if you have a strong constitution, you might want to check out some of his recommendations because they're a bit extreme. And it technically isn't his recommendations. I do believe it's his audience who is kind of making him explore these rather extreme cinematic entries, if you will.
Is it a vote? Is it a tier list? Is it a competition?
I think most people kind of give him some sort of like super chat and then send him the movie. So it's like, hey, I paid you this thing, review it. So
Ooh,
it might be
wow.
somewhat lucrative for him, but it doesn't help his soul.
You know
But
what? Once we get to limited monetization here, maybe we would do that on After Dark. That
yeah,
sounds that sounds like a good way to make Starbucks money.
for sure. It makes sense. His soul might be indelibly marked, but his bank account's a little bit bigger for it. So it makes sense. It's trade-offs.
And you know what? If somebody is willing to pay you money to see something really, really horrible that will stain your soul, then I think it's appropriate to take their money.
I think it
You
would
know,
be offensive not to.
yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Take their money. Let me. I got to view my channel real quick because I want to see if we've gotten there. We are. Where is it? 396 subscribers. We are
Oh,
so close. We are 4 away from being at 400. And when we reach 400, we will be 100 away from being somewhere where life will have a little bit more meaning. So, um, you know, go ahead. And we won't be putting my kids through college or anything like that. But
well, not
hey,
yet, but we might work our way up to community college. You never know.
maybe we can start buying them Prime again. Who knows?
Ooh, that's like an education in itself.
So, yeah, 396. Can we see 397 before the show goes out? Who knows? We'll find out. Go to youtube.com, uh, Rosales Comics, youtube.com at Rosales Comics. That's what it is right there. Hop on over, say hi, drop a like, give us a follow, and let's see if we can bring that number up. It's like a telethon now all of a sudden. 397.
I think
Look
we
at
can
that. It
do it.
worked. I think
We
we did.
believe in you, people. You
Three
can do
more.
this.
3 more. That's
You can
all we
meet the
need.
goal.
Meet the goal. Let's see. Let me do this real quick. I think I'm going to pull this up. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to treat it like my pants and pull it up. Such a silly joke. Here we go. There it is. Right there. Sitting at 300. That says 397 right there. I wonder if I can zoom in a little bit on that. Nope, wrong one. Let me do it over here. Boom. It won't get any bigger. There it is. 397. Let's refresh and see what happened. Did anybody go over? No. Let me know if you go over. Head on over. We'll should we have some yes. Let's get excited about this.
Great honor.
Oh,
Get that honor for yourself, people.
there we go. It had you muted down a little bit. Maybe if you go first.
You got it. It's up to you, people. Sub. That's a great honor. Be number 400. What an honor.
And it's our anniversary on X. So if you're watching on X, help us celebrate. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Celebrate with a post. 3 years of Rosales Comics on the Twitter. Formerly known as Twitter. Now known as X. There we are. So let's do that. Ooh. What happened here? You're kidding me. I'm not seeing the stream online. Well, I guess we're not on Twitter. Look at that. There goes.
No.
We are
not on Twitter.
We're not on Twitter. We should be on Twitter, but we're not on the Twitter. It says we're streaming, but I don't see it streaming. So let me view it on X. I can click through this real quick and see where we're at. And it's coming up. No, there it is. Wait a minute. Let me pin that to the top there. It's just a link. Holy smokes. Let me show you what I mean. Look at this. How is this broadcasting? I ask you, sir. Look here. You see this here? This tweet is all that's shown on my timeline there.
Huh. I mean,
Add this to your pin to the profile.
fair enough.
So there it is, just right there. And then when you click through it, all you have is this and another link. This is insane. That's how far it has to go in order for you to watch this. It's not like on Kitty's stream where it just kind of shows up online.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought that was just me that couldn't figure that stuff out, but I swear I've watched yours the normal way before.
Yeah. I mean, it should be doing this right here, but it's not doing it. Huh. Interesting. I should be paying them $16 a month as opposed to just the $8 for the check
True.
mark, blue mark. Check mark means I have fun. You hear my son's having fun?
I do. I'm jealous. Sounds like they're having a good time back there. And plus, the one has the amazing laugh, the Scooby-Doo laugh.
It does. We did it. Look at that. We got one more. $3.98. $3.98.
Apparently it just takes a call to action. Hell yeah.
2 more and we will reach 400. Can we get to 400? I don't know. Let me know in the chat below if you've seen the North by Southwest Star or if you have actually subscribed. We'd love to know. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to give you a thank you if you are, in fact, a subscriber. But, it is Friday, and on Fridays, movies comes out. And Sunday, we'll talk about what movies did fairly decently. But did anything come out that caught your fancy? There's that.
Sorry, I thought I was muted. Yeah, so Juror number 2 just came out today, which is, I guess, Clint Eastwood's last film. So I would kind of like to see that, but sadly, I think it's getting a very limited release, and they didn't have a lot of kind of pre-screenings of it. So I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how that bodes for it, but it seemed kind of interesting, and I think it's his directorial, whatever you want to call that, swan song, like his final one. So
And you think
I hope
that's
it's good.
probably because he won't be able to make any more, or
Think so. The rumors have kind of been there that he's not necessarily like as hands-on a director as he could be. That essentially he works like 9 to 5 and that is it. Like unlike most people on a movie set, but the filming kind of still happens. So it's kind of like some of his films have been kind of ghost directed. Is the rumors that are kind of going around. So it's hard to say, but just his presence probably inspires a lot of people to bring
he's
up
being
their
presidential.
performance to a certain level.
So he's being very presidential. Um,
I think so. That's kind of what the rumors are. I don't know any of the like behind the scenes information, but that's just kind of the rumors that are coming out that perhaps some of the other crew has taken on a lot more responsibility.
he comes in, he sits down in the chair, and everybody says hi to him, and then other people do the work. And oh my goodness, you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of the videos of Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons. You know, he's still out there singing.
Is he? Wow,
Yeah,
that's
he's
kind of
not
crazy. I
really
know,
singing.
but he's out there.
Frankie Valli. Uh, there was a video that came out where he was at a church. This might be it right here. No, but it might be. Let's take a look.
Ooh, it's the Mohegan Sun. This is a casino.
Yes, this is also copyrighted music. So the whole band is out there, and he comes out on stage and he was lip syncing to the music. I don't think this was what happened on PBS, but that's what definitely what happened at the church or the bar mitzvah, wherever he was at, and he was performing. So
It kind
yeah,
of makes sense. Like do you have the energy to give like that full performance or would it be better to kind of just lip sync to it? I can understand why some people would do it. It doesn't seem honest.
yeah. Look at here. Look, um, it looks like he looks like an animatronic, and he's
That's
moving his mouth.
somewhat malfunctioning.
He's moving his mouth, and the music is playing, and it's not really him singing. And they're wheeling him out and doing this whole puppet show with
Yeah.
him being a live meat puppet. And he's as much a live singer as Biden is president. Uh,
Well, can I ask you, what would be preferable if you get him coming out and really lethargically singing and not giving it very much energy and kind of mush mouthing it, or having him lip sync to it and kind of give a more the performance that people are expecting, at least the recorded version that people are expecting? I'm not sure what the lesser of two evils would be there.
I think leaving him in the nursing home would probably be the best.
Oh, for sure. That's not an option though. We can monetize this. So, do we give them lip syncing where you're not happy that he's not really doing it, or that you're not happy when he's really doing it and it's not up to the same quality? I'm not sure what the lesser of those two evils is, but you're right.
I think he
Leaving
knows
him in the
where he
nursing home would
is.
be best.
He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't, he probably thinks it's 1965. They're flashing up pictures of when he was alive. This is definitely Weekend at Bernie's type material here. And those people are ghouls. Okay. I don't care if they're background singers, they are ghouls, every single one of them.
Yeah, but
Uh,
they've got choreographed moves.
they're
How
going to
bad could they
hell.
be?
They're going to go to hell for this. And they don't know it yet. But you are not supposed to feed off the blood of the living. Uh, vampires is what they are. He's looking for somebody to change his diaper.
Okay, let's say you bought a ticket to it though. Would you rather see him lip sync or would you rather see him kind of fail on stage?
I'm not buying that ticket. For one thing,
Fair enough.
um,
Me
these
too.
people, I don't think they understood until they sat there and said, "Oh my God, um, this is buying his medication." At least they're praying that it is. But that's a lot of equipment to pay for. Um,
It is. That's a big show.
yes.
Man, there's a lot of band members.
Oh, right at the
Oof.
end of it, right there. But yeah, that is. Yeah, the only word for it is ghoulish. I think is where did we go? Where did we go? We went somewhere. Hold on, trying to find this there. No, get rid of the overlay there. Get rid of that. Trying to get rid of this picture. Um, there it is. That's where I need to go. Still trying to find my sea legs when it comes to looking this over.
It's a little different. Each one's just slightly different. I'm not looking forward to that. What would you call it? Adjustment period. I'm definitely gonna be rusty as hell when I finally switch over.
Yeah, looks like we could only get 398, and that's fine. That's fine.
Still, a call to action got a couple. Like, hell yeah. Way to go, people.
That's great. Fantastic. We love you for it. We're thankful for it. And we'd like you to go where we're going, and that's over to Charles's channel to see what kind of wackiness is going on there. So thanks
Plus
for joining
Arctic
us.
phone.
Yes. Ooh, he's doing that?
I think so. That's what I saw on his thumb now. I think he might be talking about the controversial flicks first, and then that. But, fun and games.
I'll bring out my little ink pad and do my thing and see what happens over there. You never know what's going to go down in Charles's channel, so it's very exciting. Go there right now, folks, because we are done here. We'll be back next week with another showing of After Dark.